Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Uh, Today's video is mostly going to be talking about something I experienced last night when I was watching my own YouTube channel, scrolling around after I took a shower, got home late. Yeah, it's very, very fun. But as I was watching, and this is a very interesting thing, is the amount of desperation that a lot of people have when it comes to compatibility or trying to find a relationship with people, especially from abroad. I it's just crazy. But no, let's just talk about it because it's something to think about because let's ask ourselves these questions and let's be very, very honest. Why are American women acting the way they are right now? Hmm? Is it because likes? Is it because of social media? Is it because they just want to get reaction? Why they are actually acting this way? And the answer is simple. Is because the amount of privilege that society has been putting, especially with guys and the law. Why is our relationship and divorce rates are so high? And the matter of fact is, there's always a get out of jail free card in relationships. That's why they act the way they act. Not just that they think everything is supposed to be handed over. Nothing's been earned. Nothing is like delicate. There's no sense of appreciation, and I understand. And a lot of guys that I see online or going to another country or trying to talk to girls, being passport bros, um, they're super desperate and needy. You know, I was talking to one of my friend who's from Russia, and me and her practice. We have a good, healthy relationship, and I asked her about things like she was talking to some people to practice with her English. And she was like going about like I was asking her a question of like, well, say like, oh, they're saying bad words, and she asked me a question out of nowhere. Is it true that Americans cuss a lot or swear a lot? And I said to her, well, not all, everybody do that. I don't do that to you. Where are you getting these questions from? And she was like, well, I've been talking to a lot of people online with the app that I use. And they don't know the language of my language, but they like to cuss a lot. And it's very odd for me. I was like, okay, well, are they men or women? She's like, mostly men. And I told her, I'm like, you know why they're doing that? And she could fill in the blank with that because she's very smart. But no, it just tells me a lot about us as American men. We are desperate. We're desperate for poonies. That's where we're at. And it sickens me, man. It really sickens me that you don't know how to control yourself when it comes to pahoonies. Like, sometimes if a woman is thirsting after you, sometimes you have to walk over her. What I mean by walk over her, step over her and just keep going. Because you know value. You know what is worth your time and not at that level. But most of these people are super desperate for attention. and desperate for validation. And I'm not gonna shit on stuff now. I'm not gonna say this stuff. I'm gonna actually explain and help you guys of desperation. So when we're desperate, here's a question. Here's a good question. Why do people, or why do you, if it's relating to you in this video, is super desperate when it comes to why do you need a relationship? That's basically what I want to say. Why? And the answer, most people, based on what I know, is to fill a heart in my gap. I hate to break it to you, but that's just not the way it works. Finding someone and being in a relationship with someone is it's supposed to complement your life. It's supposed to be compatibility. They're supposed to make everybody easy, not hard. But most people want to make things hard, thinking that this thing is actually this person's gonna fulfill me for my needs. In actuality, that just doesn't work. And the amount of the West right now, because the desperation of having relationships and stuff, is super super bad, and they don't know what is a good healthy relationship, you know. And it kind of makes me a little bit disappointed, you know, and embarrassed that people at my age or younger are super desperate for boonies. But the thing is, who's gonna guide them? Well, my main goal in this channel is to point out the wrong and figuring out what we can do about it. And then I'll let you guys leave up to the comments down below. But no, it's really true. Like, I think relationships supposed to take forever to obtain. And let's be real here. Do you really need anyone to fulfill you? No. Not really. But instead of just trying to find someone to complete you, because that's based on fantasy, not reality. Instead of trying to find people that can complete you, how about you find people that, how will you make yourself more worthy of being loved, being in a relationship, you know, and weed out people who shouldn't be in your life. It's pretty simple. Ask yourself a question. It's not whether it's a red flag or green flag. It's not. I don't care about that. What I care about is like, does this person makes my life easier? Do I feel calmer? As a guy, this is for guys. Does this person make me feel calmer when I'm around them? Do I find a little bit of meaning when I sit down and talk to her? Is it a fresher breath air? You know, women is different. Is this man actually pulling himself together? Is this person the ideal partner to lead my family and my children? These are really good questions. And a lot of them, most of the time, people don't think about it, especially guys, when we think about our third leg downstairs. And the thing is it's really, really, you gotta control the thirst, boys. And that's one thing I'm trying to want to tell everybody. Like, you have to control yourself. Because if you don't control yourself, you're always going to be left out in the game. Real relationships is all about patience, time, and being there for someone, and self-sacrifice. Besides the sex. If we could focus on that, I think we could make ourselves a healthy society. But however, since we are into the day and age of social media and people don't know what is right and wrong, what does a healthy relationship look like, what is not, and that's concerning. But no, I think the whole thing is in relationships, you have to be compatible. Does this person make my life easier? That's a question you have to ask yourself when you're in one, because you could fall in the trap of saying this person is gonna fulfill my life, and that's the wrong way to go about it. So remember this: when it comes to relationships, you have to focus on being there, and you have to focus on asking yourself this question: is this person making my life easier? If not, then you should cut them out. If you're focusing about lust and sex, cut them off, because it's gonna hurt you in the long run. In the Bible, it says men should flee from sexual immorality, and I think it's true, because it's very, very important for you to stay away from that. Sometimes, it's just not worth your time. Remember, the real relationships are the least ones you expected. So, I think it's important for everybody to actually focus on compatibility instead of focusing on materialistic possession. Like possessing someone, whether it's a man or a woman, for their sexual needs or I don't know, their stupid hearts. I don't know. It's just stupid, but it's not realistic. But anywho, I wish you guys a wonderful week. I hope you guys are doing okay. Please stay safe. And also, try to hit the subscribe button, because it really does help my channel, and I'm starting from the scratch. I know I've been gone for a while because of my responsibility, but I want to try to continue this channel. I wish you guys a wonderful day. Please be safe.